This is a new month. We are going to be talking about growth in this month. And we've spent a lot of time talking about the internal dialogue of things, right? And now it's time to actually apply. So you can look back at your childhood, right? And you can say that you're not who you were when you were a child. I mean, just pick it. 10 years old. Are you still 10? Are you still 16, 17? Oh, yeah. Some of us are still kind of 10. Okay. Okay. Well, for most of us, we can say that we have already come a far distance from who we were when we were born. All right. So today what we're going to do is talk a little bit about the growth process and the growth channels that we can do. And we're going to start with our physicality. Ready? So Kelly, our beautiful Kelly, is going to assist today. All right. So we're going to talk about first the growth on the earth plane. So the first thing that we do is we come in as a child. We're born as a child, and we are here in that child space to explore the world, right? Have you seen children? They want to know everything. They want to figure stuff out. They want to everything. They eat everything except the food you give them. And they want to be a part of it. They want to understand everything. So they let the stimulation come to them every way possible. Then we move into becoming the young adult. After we've explored the world and we think we've got it, don't you know every 6-year-old's got it? Once they're on the big yellow bus, I got it, Mama, you know. So then we move into becoming the young adult. And as the young adult, now we want to find a way to fit in the world. The common cry, there's no place for me, I'm lonely, nobody understands me. I need to fit in what has already been created. This is just within us as humans. Everybody agree? All right. Then we move into the space of adulting. I love that term, adulting. We're adulting now. And what adults do is they have desires, and they achieve, and they have desires, and they achieve, and they have desires, and they achieve. Have you noticed that the child has a forward trajectory, the young adult has a forward trajectory, and the adult is a circle? Desire, achieve, desire, achieve, desire, achieve. Our energy goes in a circle. So what this creates for us is a stair step of growth. It's a stair step. This energy is what the world asks us to do. Fulfillment is if we fit into the outer focus. Growth is relative to how we navigate the outer focus. Growth, we grow, yes, we grow, but we're interacting with the outer world. We're interacting with this dimension. Y'all with me? So this is stair steps of growth in a complex dimension. And Spirit said this is an interdependent dimension. Everything that you do and say that is a part of this desire, achievement, or any one of these steps is dependent on your relationship with something in the outer world. It is interdependency. And interdependency is defined as not being able to stand alone. So as we grow in this world, we are always reacting to and always measuring ourselves by what the world is showing us. Are you with me? Okay. They also said, if you do not have that support, the condition cannot be sustained because the condition you're experiencing is based on interaction with the world. Okay? Can everybody see how you've gone through those stages? All right. Easy, right? I love that, interdependency. So now we're going to start our spiritual growth. And the thing about our spiritual growth, we can start our spiritual growth at any moment. You can start it at 70. You can start it at 14. You can start it at 3. Does not matter. But it starts with the same energy. The first one is the child. The spirit child. This is when a part of us awakens to possibilities. We're no longer referencing the world. We awaken to a possibility, right? So sometimes it's quite accidental, and sometimes it's through drama that puts us there or an awakening that occurs that changes us. During 2023, I'm going to invite our ministers to take a service at some point during the year to tell us all what thought quickened in their life and put them on the journey to becoming metaphysical. Because there's normally a moment where you go, what? And we all have different thoughts that put us there. You hear what I'm saying? Won't that be fun to hear? Yeah. So what put them on the journey to actually go through and hold the light so strongly? It is different for each one, but it's the child moment. It's the awakening moment. And sometimes it comes in sideways. There was a scripture in the Aquarian and probably in the KJV as well, where the soldiers from the synagogue or the temple are sent to go arrest Jesus, and they come back, and the guy in charge goes, well, where is he? And they go, we've never heard anyone talk like that before. We couldn't, no, we couldn't. And frowny face they got. But do you think that was a child awakening within them? It wasn't planned. They weren't necessarily receptive, but it planted a seed in them that I'm sure at some point let them see possibilities differently. So the child spirit, you awaken to possibilities. Say, I've done that. All right, some of you have. Okay, we move into the spiritual young adult. And the young adult now seeks to use the energies to make the possibilities real. Whoa, now I don't want to fit in the world. I want to make a world. I want to be the young, riotous pup of spirit and take my little dreams and make them real. I want to take the energy and make it real. You guys with me? And sometimes when we're in that space, we do get a little spiritually cocky. I mean, it's a part of the growth process. We're young adults. What? And we get a little absorbed in our own stuff and how we're doing it. But it's a part of the growth process because it's the first time you've actually created something. Do you remember the first time you actually created something with spirit, energy only? And you went, oh my God, how's that possible? Good job, God. Okay. Then we move into the adult of the spiritual journey. And the adult is this. The adult realizes their connection with God and seeks self-expression. Now think about it with me. As a spiritual adult, I realize I'm connected with God, and I'm no longer asking God to manifest with and for me. I'm no longer creating. I am saying there is a divine I am in me that needs to express. Unique, powerful. That's the adult aspect of our spiritual journey. You guys with me? The divine in me, no matter what happens, the divine in me is seeking to express something because I am child of God. Do you see the evolution? Here where our adult is doing well, they're desiring and creating, and it's not a non-growth space. It's a stair step, but it's still interdependent on the world. This beautiful thing, when we get to realizing the God connection, we have a growth in frequency. Our energy grows. I'm connected with God. I'm one with God. I'm God's child. My energy grows. Now, am I looking at anybody to validate me? No, but what happens is I begin to vibrate in a space that finds my place. I will naturally go to a space that is harmonious with my vibration. Do you guys, yeah, thank you, Kelly. Good job, Kelly. So are you guys with me? Yeah. So the growth in frequency, you talk about leveling up, growth in frequency is with our spirit. And it comes in various aspects as we're going down our little list. But when we really want and seek to express the God in me, it becomes powerful. And I don't have to effort to find food to sustain me. The food becomes in front of me. I don't have to effort to find anything because the vibration I am draws it to me. I do not have to maintain a level of consciousness to make things happen. The vibration of who I am allows it to come to me. You guys seeing? So this is good. It lets you understand this world, but this is what lets you find you, the spiritual growth. You guys got it? Okay, this growth is always harmonious. It's not interdependent at all. I don't need you to approve of me for me to find the place where my frequency is accepted. I am harmoniously taken to the space my frequency is accepted. It's a rite of vibration. I don't need the world to even like me. I don't need the world to like me, love me, care about me. I don't. I'm taken into a space where the harmonious energies love me, care for me. You see? So it's a beautiful, beautiful harmony of life. And it's okay. We learn to create in both. We learn to create in both. The journey, both are enlightening in their own way. But why do you suppose, so our services, how far have we come? How far have we come? When we look at this and this, how far are we on the journey? Remember, you can be any of these while you're any of these. This superimposes on it. So I wanted to share a couple of quick stories of why it's hard to go from here to here. Does anybody think it's hard to go from this one to this one? It's kind of hard sometimes. We're in the world. It's kind of hard. So there was a story. It's in the Aquarian. Jesus has been, we know he was taken to study in India at 12. He studied in the temple for 4 years, and now he's roaming around India teaching. He did not teach for those first 4 years. But we don't know how old he is, but we know he's a teenager. Yeah, we know he's in I don't know that he's in his 20s, if he's just hit them, because we get a marker many chapters later when he's 24. So even the Christ in teenage years, do you think he has some of that young adult in him? Oh, yeah, he does. So he is teaching the people, and he's in India where the Brahmin faith, the Brahmic faith, is the dominant faith. And, you know, the Brahmic faith is the caste system, that you are a caste level and you have to sacrifice and you have to do these things. And what is Jesus telling all the people? God loves you. You're no different than the priest. You're no different than these guys. Everybody's equal. So he is teaching brotherhood. So he preached brotherhood of life, righteousness of equal rights, and taught the uselessness of the priests and the sacrifices. Here we see the teenager. He wasn't quite aggressive when he was in his 30s. He quit pointing out the errors. But he taught that. And the priest declared that if this Hebrew boy should tarry any longer in their land, a revolution would occur. So and they said the common people would rise and kill the priests and tear down the temples because they had already seen them stop coming. They've stopped coming and they've stopped sacrificing. And the priests get their identity from being priests and from what you sacrifice feeds me. You know, the food that you bring feeds me. I do not want you to stop doing this. So they go to find Jesus, and he is calmly teaching in the masses with the people, calmly. And someone says to him, you know, the priests are after you. They're on a rampage. They're coming. And Jesus said, that's okay. And he doesn't move, and all the people defend him and protect him. So the priests decide that they need to kill him quietly, and someone else, Lamas Brahmas, spirits him away into another country. So there we have a beautiful energy of possibilities, and why were the Brahmic priests against this? The Brahmic priests were afraid of losing their power. If I lose my power, I will lose that which sustains me, which is interacting with this world. The people don't bring me food, I don't get a paycheck, blah, blah, blah. How often do you do the same thing? What if I lose my job? What if I lose my marriage? How many of you are divorced? I see hands. Oh, that's a good, I'm surprised it's not half. I'm surprised. My hand would be up too. Those of you that are divorced, did you go through trepidation and fear that you will not survive if you divorced? Yes. What if I divorce? What's going to happen? Oh, my God. What if I quit my job? What's going to happen? Oh, my God. I am losing my power over my life. I'm losing the interactive and the interdependent energy in my life. And how many of us stay because we're afraid of losing that power? We're afraid. If we were over here and we were using energies to make possibilities real, we already know we're unhappy. We see possibilities of something greater. I could do something better. I could be free. I could have a different relationship. I could just be complete. Possibilities. Over here, I can energize those possibilities. But the fear of losing power keeps us all here. And power is our identity. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Several people over the years have said, what if you didn't have intercourse, what would you be? A minister. I'm still a minister. I mean, I've been a minister since I was a kid. People called me the minister. It's who I am. Do you see? Because I know who I am here. It is not because you say I am here. Do you see? Why do I not? I don't even need you to call me Reverend at all. I don't need the kids to call me Reverend, Pastor, Miss. Call me Cindy. Kids, call me. Do you see? Because I know who I am. You guys with me? In your own little hearts? Okay. Big hearts? All right. The I am frequency will take me to the right space if I allow myself to get out of the interdependency with whatever I am locked in matter. And every one of us can stand here and say, yes, ma'am, I am locked into something. I am too. There's something that I don't want to change. You know, there's something that I like my material world that way. I don't want that part of it to change. Everybody has that, you know. But to stop being who we are because of that, that's where we get caught up. We need to be willing to be who we are and know that the right vibration will take us where we need to be. Everybody with me? Okay. The other thing that I wanted to speak of, the two elements, was losing my power and energy investment. Why is it so hard to move from one to the other? It's the energy investment. So I wanted to read something. This is Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East, Book 1, Volume 1. These are travels in the 1890s of a group of men who were dealing with the masters in India, and they were looking for archaeological evidence of prior civilizations than we know today, and they found quite a bit. But in their journeys, these masters are showing them wonderful and fabulous things. In their journeys, they go to an inn, and the innkeeper, they say he was a little round, jolly man, and he ran to the master immediately, and he said to the master, I need a healing. I need you to do it or I will die. Have you ever felt that way? Give me now or I'm going to die. I'm going to die if you don't give it to me now. Then people asked about him, who is this guy who rushes to you and demands a healing or he's going to die? And they said that he had been healed of something very, very serious many years ago. It said he'd become a very active worker for about 2 years in the healing, in the light with the masters, very active in what they taught and who they are. 2 years. Then gradually he lost interest and began to depend on others to help him out of his difficulties. So he got his wake-up call, didn't he? He was healed by the masters. He got his wake-up call. Spiritual possibilities. He didn't die. He lived. It was great. 2 years he invested in that path and slowly started to go back to the dependency on others. The interdependency on the world to take care of me. And it lasted, he could manage that for a little bit, and then he eventually fell back into the original state of illness. And now who does he reach to? The masters, but not in the same way. He reaches to the masters this way. This way. I'm dependent on you. Now I'm willing to walk with you. I'm dependent on you. Even when Jesus was teaching the people that he taught, he said to them, count the cost before you say you're going to follow me, people. Count the cost. Because you can't hold on to all of this and move here. There has to be a willingness to do it differently, to make your vibration, your spirit, your energy, your connection with God more important than the approval of the priests and the approval of your parents and the approval of your people. This has to be more important than that. You see? So count the cost. So when we are afraid of losing our identity, which is our power, do you realize your identity is your power system? Anything you call yourself, I'm a mom, I'm a this, I'm a that, that's identity. And that's where you gain your power. That's where you gain your sense of self in this world. When we're afraid of losing identity or power, we will stay at the level of interdependency with what has been created, what the earth provides today. When we are allowing ourselves to see possibilities, make them real, and then feel our God connection, now we're allowing energy to move through us to create whatever we want, to create the highest and best for us. And it's our personal dreams too. Dreams, desire and achieve, dreams and manifest, same thing. But we're not limiting ourselves to what is around us. We're saying, God, I would like this experience. However it needs to happen, let it happen. And we move here. You got it? Okay. The spiritual frequency will sustain everything you create when you create it with God. You don't have to worry about it. The spiritual frequency will sustain what you've created. You guys hear me? I don't need to be here for Inner Quest to be sustained because I did not create it. I didn't create it. New minister will come in, it'll flourish, it'll probably be greater and grander than today. God will sustain it because it was created in that energy. For as long as it is working and positive on the earth plane, it will be sustained. If it ever comes to the moment where it's complete, it'll complete. So we move from power to empowerment. We move from dependency to oneness. Do you see the difference? Dependency to oneness. So, Jesus taught to everybody, and there was a scripture that says he went into one space and there were many shades of thought. These people had all gathered to hear him, but they were all at different levels of consciousness. Some were maybe critical, some wanted to change a little bit, some wanted to see a miracle, maybe somebody wanted an apple to be fed to them, you know. We don't know. Some were probably just eating up everything he said, loving it. But he never pulled back. He always shared. And even those that came for selfish self, he said, you guys want to bottle me and sell me, I know you do. Because there was times when that would happen. I'm the next best thing and you want to make money on this. I know you do. So he would say the same because people would take in what they could. And the spiritual awakening to possibilities may be like the soldier. Maybe it came in sideways. Maybe it's an overt thing. Maybe it's something that changes their lives. He never worried about how they would take it in. He simply gave. Spirit is always in our world feeding us this. Always. Do you realize that? Through symbolism, through, oh, look at that. I keep seeing that. What does that mean? I keep seeing that. Well, stop. Ask, what does that mean? Spirit's talking to you. You keep seeing it for a reason. I'm feeling this. I'm getting this. This is my intuition. You're being talked to. Do it. This happens all the time. There is no step on that staircase that makes you now eligible. You're always, always in God's care. It's where is your focus? Is our focus on the world? Is our focus here? And being a seasoned sage, when you live that long, your focus will be here. It's a wonderful thing that happens when you sage. Your focus automatically goes to spirit. None of this matters anymore. It just doesn't. It doesn't even matter if you achieved your dreams or not. Because you realize that's not what it was about anyway. It was about this. It was about, am I loving, am I expressing, and am I allowing myself to be me? Am I allowing myself to be me? And that is the key. See, I'm getting it. Oh, good. David got it. I love that. I love that. Okay. So, as we're moving through this week, or this month, I should say, we're going to be talking a lot about the potentials and possibilities that stand in front of us. So I wanted to share this one little thing. This is, again, Life and Teachings. The failure of outer things to satisfy you leads you to seek the power within. So any of you that might be feeling you're in a failure right now, go, yay! Yes, ma'am. Thank you, God. I'm now turning to the power within. That path I was on did not work. So let me now go within. Let me go back to God. To look outside the God self for fulfillment is a folly. To unfold, the self must do the unfolding. Oh, crap. That's your job. I'm sorry, excuse my language. Oh, darn it all. I have to do it? Yeah, you have to do it. The universe will bring you all the guidance, but you are the one that has to do it. You have to unfold your godlike self. And if you catch yourself once, and you say, oh, that does not resonate with me, I'm going to walk away. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to just be quiet for a minute. Once. Do you know how much good you've done for your soul? Because you consciously chose to stay in your own energy. Doesn't matter what it was about. Yeah, I'm just going to be me. Once. If you did it once every day, how powerful would your energy change? You would start becoming more aware of what's true for you. What do I really like? What do I love? What is empowering me? And how can I be that greater expression of God? In the newsletter, I gave you all a copy of the prayer that Patrick channeled for me for my healing, and I do encourage you to read it. But I want you to just hear the very last line. Ready? Because I love this. I now stand forth as your radiant and loving daughter, one with life, ever intending to be your love made manifest. How powerful is that? God, I am your loving and radiant daughter. I stand forth, one with life, ever intending to be your love made manifest. That's my intention, you see? So as I intend, does that mean I will completely be 100% all the time? As you saw, I just used a word I shouldn't have. But as my intention is set forth, do you not think that would be a governing frequency of my world? A governing frequency of where I'm going and what I want to do and how I want to express. So I don't worry about the sacrifices. I don't worry about the interdependencies of the world. I want to be a part of the frequency of God. But we get to choose. That's the miracle of it all. We get to choose. And really it is our work to do. However we choose to do it, it's ours to do. Sound good? Doesn't it sound easy? All right, let's anchor this in. Let's go within. So let's put our feet on the floor and just breathe. Father, Mother God, we ask that what we now do be for the highest healing of all who hear my words. And I would invite each of you to create a beautiful column of light over you. Begin to feel your love, your peace. And I want you to welcome, if you will, the presence of Jesus Christ just to stand by your side. And he's going to take you by the hand and feel yourself gently being lifted up that column of light just to a space, blank space. And a scene opens up for you, a scene of a younger time. Maybe you're a child, maybe you're an adult. Maybe it was yesterday. A younger time. Whatever scene is perfect. And I want you to look at the face of your younger self. What was important to them? What were they feeling? And I want you to project yourself into that scene so that you can place your hands on their shoulders, look them in the eye. Say, I love you. And I appreciate all that you do in your life right now. And we are going to be amazing. I am your future self. We will be amazing. We will love. We will laugh. We will have many adventures. Stay strong, young one. Take my love. And breathe it in and let the vision go. Let the image of who you once were go back into the memories, but somewhat changed now, filled with light and appreciation. And fill yourself with Jesus. I can't wait to be more amazing than I am. Feel your heart open. Father, Mother God, I cannot wait to know the truth of my being, to be a fountain of light, harmoniously supported, greater and greater. And I am so grateful, God. Feel the beautiful fountain in your heart. Feel all of the energy flowing through your body into your field. You are already a beautiful fountain of light. Feel the peace. Feel the love of Jesus Christ for you. And allow him once again to take you by the hand and just gently bring you back into your chair. I am here, and all is right in my world, and all grows in love. And I thank you, God. Feel your heart open, feel your love for Father, Mother, God, feel the energy glowing. Take a breath, and just gently allow your focus to come back into your body, into this space. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Did you like your younger self? Did your younger self like being loved and appreciated? It had no idea, did it, where you were going to go? And you have no idea how much further there is for you either. So, I don't give you homework. I offer you an opportunity. Attempt in your own way to continue to see possibilities. And when you see them, assure yourself, by the light of God love, that can be real for me. Just a simple awareness. Say, I can do it. Yay, God.